Okay. Happy July, everyone. I know it is already July 10th, but we're going to go ahead and get into our team call. We took off last Monday night because of the holiday. And so I just want to go ahead and celebrate all of these June rank ups. So Nancy, congratulations on going gold. Victoria, senior silver. And then we have Ann, Echo, Corey, Leah, Melanie, and Rebecca all went silver. Super exciting for all of you. We all started with a silver rank up. And so really excited to see how you guys will grow in the future and grow your teams, grow your business, grow your heart, and grow your passion for the Lord. And it's exciting. It's exciting to think about. So congratulations. These are all of the people who earned the portable chargers. I'm gonna Annika, Ashley, Carly, Carrie, Char. I can't remember. I know we've met. I'm sorry. Courtney, Dana, Dina, Echo, Emily, Holly, Kanya, Corey, Kylie, Lacey, Melanie, Melissa, Nancy, Rachel, Tracy. Nancy clapped 7 new ads. That's incredible. Way to go, Nancy. Okay, I'm gonna hop on into our calendar this month. And so I know we've already had a week. We had our invite challenge for reset. We are having our team reset challenge on the 18th next week, 18th, 19th, and 20th. And so tomorrow's probably the last day that people can order that. So you want to make sure that you can get those orders in so that you guys can participate in the reset challenge with us. There is a specific group on our team page. I've pinned it to the top, the featured, that post there. I want to highlight this though. We don't have a scheduled event this week. So I am really encouraging you. I would love for you to team up with a sideline or host an event for yourself, or ask someone that you just signed, maybe ask them if you could do an event for them. And if you don't know how to do that, or that really overwhelms you, just talk to one of us. Talk to your sponsor, talk to your nearest Jewel. We want to help you with that. And there are things that you can easily do. You can whip it up in a matter of like a day if you need to. So reach out for help. We'd be happy to do that. We will have accountability group the next 3 weeks, and we will have our last accountability group at the very end of the month on the 31st. We're going to break for August and we'll start back up in September. And I'm going to talk more about this later, this reset and beyond Zoom. Any questions about the calendar? I'm just looking at the chat. Okay. All right, we're gonna head on it. The next thing. Okay, July earning potential. This is, you guys know how to read this chart. It kind of walks you through. If you are a brand ambassador, this is what your potential is for earning just for recruitment. I don't love these because it also doesn't take into effect all of the people that you signed last month that are going to reorder. And so this is just kind of a general idea of something that you can do. And you get that Plexus crossbody bag if you sign 3, and then 250 perks credits if you refer 1. Okay, here's the 250 perks credit and that Plexus crossbody bag. We have our reset sale. It's $40 off the rest of the month in subs and in one-time orders. Every day, Monday through Saturday, there is going to be a video posted, and the graphic looks like this. It's yellow, and it's recruiting for results, and it has just some kind of recruitment tip in the video. It's 5 to 10 minutes, doesn't take long. I would encourage you to find some like if you're looking for training to do every day, which you should be, this is going to be a really great first step for you to do that and continue on. There's small, tangible little tips to help you with your recruitment. We're having our summer reset challenge. Okay, this is what I'm really excited about. So we're having our reset challenge July 18th, 19th, and 20th. And so on the 20th, day 3 of our reset, we are going to have a Zoom of it's for anyone. It can be for potentials that aren't in the Zoom, that aren't doing the reset with us, but we're really going to promote it to the people who are doing reset with us to talk about how reset is a perfect launch pad for your health and to help you with bigger goals just in those 3 days. And so I don't know about you. I know that I have a few people that are doing reset that only bought reset and they're not currently on the products. And so I'm really excited about this because Lauren, Michaela, and our friend Lisa they're going to share on this call, and they're going to talk about what reset is, why it's good for you, how it helps you. They're going to share their results with it. And I don't know if you guys don't know Lisa Atkinson, you should look her up on Facebook, but she has lost, I don't know, I probably should have, it's 70 to 80 pounds over the last year by doing monthly resets. And so she's going to share her results too with our team. And so make sure that you invite people to this, the people that are doing the reset challenge, but also the people, your potentials, if maybe they want to know more about reset, or maybe you know that they have huge weight loss goals. This could be a really great call for them to come to and kind of get a game plan for that. Atkinson, Noemi is her last name. You said 80 pounds. Crazy. Okay. The cruise. I know that there's going to be a lot of questions around this, and I'm going to direct all of your questions to the Plexus Brand Ambassador community page. Genevieve has a post in there that has all of the questions, all of the answers. But in short, okay, now you only need 800 credits to get yourself on the boat. Okay, 800. And this month specifically, you get triple credits on your consistency rank and your rank up credit. And so that's a big deal. That is a big deal. So really focus on whether you need to re-rank or whether you want to help get a level 1 to silver or senior silver, or really focusing on those rank ups right now to get you those credits. Speaking of Leaders Retreat, we have a whole slew of people who have earned it now. And so that is really exciting. So we've got 8 people who have already earned the cruise. And if maybe someone else, I tried to look at Rising Jewels. If you have earned it and you're not on here, I'm so sorry. But shout yourself out right now if you have. But I would love, this is our 3rd month. So when we have our August team call, we will have finished out July. I want to know how many people are going to earn it this month, and your picture is going to be up on our next team call. And just being really excited about that. So congratulations to all of you that have earned it already. Okay, I just slew through that really, really fast. So I hope that if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out or ask in the chat, and I will look through this here. Now I want to introduce to you to Traci. So Traci and I feel like, it's funny, I feel like we know each other.
Right.
But we really don't until Plexus. But like, I feel like
we have a lot of overlapping.
We do. I feel like we went to college
stuff
together,
yeah.
but we didn't. And so it's just really funny. And so the first time that I met Traci, I just felt like y'all are going to love her because she's just like, she could be one of us. Like we just are we think the same way. We just she loves Jesus more than anything. And it just shows in her leadership and her, how she leads her team and how she loves on her team. And I just know that you guys are going to hear, like, you're going to just really, really enjoy what Traci has to say, because she's also really successful too, really successful. And now I'm just kind of rambling. So
It's all good.
Traci, sorry, take it away
I will take
and
it
go
away.
for it.
First off, bear with me because I have some wicked Texas allergies. Probio 5 has cured a lot, but it has not touched that yet. So if I mute myself real quick to cough, just know I'm coming right back in, and I've got my cup of water. A little bit about me. I'm an Emerald with Plexus. I joined Plexus 6.5 years ago as a postpartum mom who was in the pits of postpartum depression. They wanted to put me on medication. My weight was steadily inclining, and I did not recognize myself anymore. And so when a friend posted about Plexus, what it could help with, I thought this thought, and I'm sure some of y'all had this thought too. I thought, maybe I'm not broken. Maybe my body's just out of balance. And y'all, that is why I am still here today, because I was not broken, and my body was just out of balance. Motherhood triggered something in me, and my body was flailing. And so now here I am 6.5 years later. I have quit my job as a graphic designer a couple years into Plexus. I have 3 beautiful boys now, 2 of them here truly because of Plexus and it healing my body. And so that is just a little bit of my story. What I wanted to talk to you about today was triggered from a question that I was asked at convention. And Kara and I were talking about this. I said, Kara, I was just asked this question, and it was so crazy because we get asked a lot of questions as Jules, right? Like, what was the work that you had to do to get there? Or like, what's the biggest tip that you would give somebody? Or, what message should I use? People want to know, what did you say that attracted that runner to you, right? But I was asked this question, and it was, what is going to be the hardest thing for me if I want to grow to Emerald over the next 12 months? And I thought about that for a second, and I was like, oh my gosh, all of these hard things, right? That people leaving and doing all of the reach outs and inviting people into your life that like, you don't really know, and leadership and cert, right? All of these things. And the resounding thing in my head that I just felt like the Lord gave me in that moment was like, it's going to be the relationships. Like, y'all, it's not the work. You all know the work. You're doing your IPA. Kara told me you're about to do accountability after I get off, right? Like, you're sending the messages, you're sharing consistently, you're doing the work. What I have seen in the coaching that I've done in the past little bit, several coaching calls specifically have just been right here. It is the relationships that are really, really hard. So we're going to get a little interactive. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if you're an introvert. And I want you to drop a 2 in the chat if you're an extrovert, okay? Oh, you're an extrovert, Kara? Man, I thought I was an extrovert my whole life, but I am not. I actually, y'all, funny story, I get sick after every Plexus event because it is so taxing on my body. So like day 4 of convention, started feeling it come on a little bit. I'm like, oh, here it comes. I am definitely an introvert. I wake up before everybody to do coffee and quiet time at convention. I go to the gym by myself every morning because I literally have to. And so we've got a pretty good mix here in the middle. Okay, if you're in the middle, think of it this way. What do people fill you up, or does being by yourself fill you up? And what I mean by this is this, like Kara is probably this way. One of my best friends, Allie, is this way. Y'all, people energize her. Like she gets around people and it's like pouring water into her vase. Like, whoo. Me around people, it is pouring water out of my vase. And I love people all of the same, but it is definitely not what is filling me up. Okay. So that is kind of a little bit that really helped me understand I am actually an introvert, and now I can kind of love myself well in that way. But here's the thing. Brittany Howard said this in her podcast I was listening to today. She was like, connecting with people is a non-negotiable in this business. Relationships in this business are a non-negotiable. Y'all, we have to be successful, to grow teams in this business, we have to bring people in. We have to love them. We have to lead them. We have to get to know them. We have to learn what their love languages are and how they feel served and loved, right? And we have to lead them and lead them well. And not only that, but then we've got relationships with our uplines. And y'all, most of us knew our uplines. My upline was somebody I've known since, somebody I've known since junior high. Paige and I go way back. We've literally known each other for over 2 decades. And with that comes complication in relationships. You are building trust or breaking trust with everybody every day of your life, okay? And so we come into this and we're like, I can do the work. I'm here for the power hours. I'm here for the IPA, the reach outs, all of these things. But then we don't really think about the relationships. And so maybe you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know why I'm still here. Why am I still silver? Why am I still senior silver? Or I just can't get past gold. I hear that one all the time. I just can't get past gold. Seems like no matter what I do, it's some people in, some people out. And so y'all, this is what we're going to talk about tonight in the next 12 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to kind of speed through a little bit of my story and hopefully leave you encouraged at the end, not discouraged, because here's the thing, relationships are hard. There is no way around that. If you're married, you know that. If you're a parent, you know that. If you're a friend or a daughter, or you know that relationships are hard, y'all. I had to call my mom and apologize today because I was like, why did I say that? Right? Y'all, relationships are sticky. I knew that I wanted to build an incredible community when I started Plexus. I'm not somebody who's always had a lot of girlfriends. Okay. I had a lot of guy friends growing up. I had a few intimate girlfriends that we stuck together, junior high, high school, college, right? And then I came into this and I was like, I really want a good community, but I want to protect myself. Have y'all ever felt that way? Like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want people to like come and go. Like, I trust people that I've known for a long time or have built trust with, right? And so what we wind up doing is we put up these imaginary walls. Sometimes they're like literally like 4-foot thick cement walls. And we're standing in there and we're like, hey, Nancy, come join my team. And she's like, I can't even see you over the wall. And we've got these walls up, and y'all, it plays out in lots of different ways. Okay. It can play out in unemotional reach outs. So I'm saying all of the right things. I'm sending the messages that Kara and Emily and my leader are telling me to send, but it's working differently for them than it's working for me. Have y'all ever felt that before? Yeah. Oftentimes it's not the message, it's the motive. And it's not the wording, it's how it's said and how it's received. On a coaching call I did recently, I was asking this gal, I was like, hey, what have you been saying? And she sent me a screenshot and I was like, you didn't voice message that? Like, you just told her she'd be bomb at the business. And then you ended it with what do you think about that? Right? Y'all, if you're not voice messaging, start voice messaging. Okay. I'm somebody who my whole life I've been told I'm intimidating. I have some major RBF. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. And it's something that I know I can be unapproachable. So that was really, really hard for me in this business of like, I've got to kind of lay down my walls. As I was growing in this, I liked to do tests for people. Well, what are you going to do, right? Is it going to be worth the investment in that relationship for me to pour into you? Or is it not? And it was a very, very transactional relationship. If somebody was going to grow gold and beyond, it felt really easy for me. Like, I'm going to pour into them and they're going to be here. And then y'all, when I was a senior Ruby, a senior gold of mine walked away. And here's the thing that did for me. I realized, y'all, this changed everything in my business. It was the second year I was in Plexus. She walked away and I didn't care. I didn't care. It's like, okay, see you later. I'll go build with some other people. And y'all, the Lord stopped me in my tracks, sat me on my booty. And he was like, you don't care? Somebody you've worked with for 2 years now is saying, hey, I don't think this is for me. And you're just going to be like, okay, see you later. You don't care. Traci, that's a problem. And y'all, that's when everything changed in my business. I was a senior Ruby ambassador, had fallen back to Ruby points or below. And I was on this journey alone. Nobody was in it with me. I had walls up a mile high, a mile thick. I was protecting my team from my upline for why I don't know. And it was like this holy huddle of like, let's just stay together and not let anybody in and not do this. And it just destroyed me when the Lord brought me down to my knees and he was like, you don't care. Like, selfish much? These were the things that I heard. Selfish much? And I was like, well, nobody hurt me. Like, that feels pretty good. And the Lord was just like, Traci, that's not what this is about. This is about service. And everything shifted for me, y'all, when I realized this is about service and who I can help. And so when I was asked that question, it triggered this for me. What's the hardest thing if I want to go Emerald this month? Y'all, or this year? It took me like 5 years to go on that journey of relationships. Now, I realized that some people come into this at different places, but nobody told me the relationships were going to be hard. They told me the work would be hard. They told me if I showed up consistently, I could do this. And I had to figure out the hard way. One, I didn't really want more friends. Two, it's lonely when you're a Ruby, senior Ruby, and nobody's doing this with you. Because everybody thinks you've got things figured out. And I didn't. I definitely didn't. And so what I was thinking of is, what are some tangible things that I can leave you with that can encourage you if you're sitting there and you're like, that's how I feel. I'm on this journey alone. Like, I haven't let people in. I see that I'm protecting myself. Like, what do I do moving forward? And y'all, if this is not you, praise God. Chances are somebody's going to join you who really struggles with relationships. Maybe they've been burned. Maybe they've been let down, or maybe they're just protective of their heart, right? Well, it hurts when you let people in and they can impact you. That hurts. So here's the reality. Reality number one, you need people to join you in sharing. That's it. You've got to have people join you on this. If you're in your warm market, incredible. You've already built trust with some of those people. If you're in your cold market, this is where you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You've got to start building trust with people before they ever join you, especially if you've got big goals this year. You want people to come into your team and already feel like they can trust you and know you. Okay, so get in front of the camera. Show your imperfect life on Facebook and your stories. Let your noisy kids be bebopping around in the background, right? Share when things happen or you get gum in your hair, or right, things that are going to let people in and building that trust with you, because you already want to have the foundation kind of there when they do decide to jump in and join you on this and you're running a business together. You don't want to have to start from square one of building a friendship and building a relationship. You want to already have some of those foundations established. The second thing to realize is you may be the only person cheering this person on. Y'all, that's a big responsibility. When they've got big goals in this business and you might be the only person, it's going to be important that you plug them into a community, because you cannot carry that load alone. I tried. It was really hard. And then the day I wasn't there to encourage, or the day I wasn't there to pick up the pieces, like, right? You've got to plug them into community, because that's what makes this business incredible. The second reality, and this has been really transformational for my business, is that people will come and go, and that's okay. Getting really comfortable with the fact that people are going to come and people are going to go, and that's okay, is going to change everything for your business. Because instead of wasting, hear me say wasting, it's not wasting because we love people, but you get what I'm saying. Instead of wasting 2 months trying to convince somebody to come back and do this with you, you can love them and let them move on their way and bring new people into this business. You guys, I have a girl who went Fast Start Gold in November. Her subscription is off and she is bringing in 0 points now. It's been 6 months. But in those 6 months, I've created a Fast Start Silver, a Fast Start Senior Silver, and another Fast Start Gold. And she knows she's welcome to come back in at any point. But y'all, that is something that would have destroyed me 3 years ago. Because I'd have poured into somebody and they'd have left, and I'd have written this incredible story about how I shouldn't have let her in. I shouldn't have loved her. I shouldn't have, right? All of these things. And y'all, my affirmation is this: people may come and go, and that's okay. I'll lead them well while they're here with me for a season or for a lifetime. People start this business for different reasons, and that's okay. Not everybody has the goal to go diamond, and that's okay. A lot of people are perfectly content ranking gold for several months to cover expenses and then moving on their way. And while that's not what we hope and want for them, it's okay. Like, it's okay. We can meet them there and we can help them and love them and lead them while they are there. So what can you do? Prepare your heart to love others regardless of how they love you back. Y'all, this is service. We are literally called to be the hands and feet of Jesus in this organization. I know Kyle and Cassie Rainey talk about it all the time. I know Emily talks about it all the time. Like, there's no service organization like this. We are bringing in people to love them and lead them regardless of what they can give back to us, right? In the hopes that they can provide a better life for their family. Operate with an open heart and an open mind. Break down the walls. Get in voice messages. If you feel like you're not getting responses from things, take inventory with your coach, your upline, a sideline, and say, hey, how would you feel if you were on the other side of this message, right? I also want to challenge you to get coached by somebody who's not in your inner circle. If your upline has become part of your inner circle, get coached by somebody else so that they can offer a perspective of somebody who doesn't necessarily know you from Adam. You know what I'm saying? I was able to offer some really insightful stuff to people by being like, well, your best friend told you you're warm and fuzzy, but I can attest this is very cold and very transactional here, right? Well, and the last thing I just want to encourage you with is this. I wrote it out. Be the hands and feet of Jesus. He was an expert at this. He loved with zero expectations. He led and let people in. He had an abundance mindset, and his destination never shifted. Worry less about protecting yourself and worry more about helping others reach the goals they have set. And y'all, I truly do believe anybody who has the dream of going emerald in the next year, or sapphire or diamond, you can. But you have to prepare your heart for all of the relationships that are going to come into your life along the way. Because if you're gold and you're looking at going emerald, that is no less than 10 intimate relationships you're going to friend over the next 12 months. And y'all, 10 intimate relationships in a 12-month period, like it took me 6 months to decide I liked my husband, right? Y'all, we come into this with an open heart. And then we love others. We love them big, and we hold everything with an open hand. So we work hard, we love others, we ask them what they want this to be, we help them achieve it, and then we hold it loosely. Because we can't make anybody do this. We can't. Kara, that's all I got.
So good, Traci. So good. Thank you so much for sharing. I think that this is a topic that is not talked about a lot. Yeah, I mean, like you said, no one shares like the relationship aspect of it. And you know, I was having this conversation with someone on my team, and we were talking about kind of feeling, okay, so your new fast start goal that from November.
Yeah.
Now, like, you're probably not talking to her every day anymore right now because she's not working with you, not doing that. Like how do you keep yourself from like feeling bad, right? Of like, oh well, she does this make sense of like you did at one point talk to her every day and now you're not talking to her every day.
Yeah.
Like how do you like in your mind, like I have thoughts too, but I would love to hear your
Yeah.
perspective of like how do you wrestle with that? Does
It
that
just
make
makes me
sense?
sad.
Yeah,
Like, it just makes me sad. And y'all, there's a whole nother training. I've been begging Plexus, like, give us a training on poverty mindset, because y'all, not just like actual poverty, but like for me, I'd been used to living paycheck to paycheck, and like having excess, like that was so, it almost scary to me. And I think um that's kind of what I have seen in a lot of relationships, is people don't know what to do sometimes when they find success with something and they haven't really been successful at other things. And so it almost is this like, whoa. And I think what I've learned, instead of being angry or hurt or anything, it just makes me like, it makes me sad for her. It makes me
yeah,
sad. Y'all, I have this incredible community that I'm plugged into. Like, some of my closest friends are in this business with me now. And it makes me sad that she isn't a part of that. Right. It makes me sad that she canceled on convention, because I know what this can be. But the reality of the situation is I'm not going to drag anybody on this journey. I can't.
for sure.
I can't.
Yeah, and I also, one thing that I shared with my team member is that just like think about a job that you had, like, and you're working with that you have work relationships, right? You have work relationships that you're close to people, and then okay, you leave and you get another job. Like that doesn't mean that your work relationships were disingenuous. They're just like different now, right? Because you have a different workplace. And so
Yeah.
I want to like release a lot of people from that feeling of like, oh, like I was just being their friend because they were working with me. Well, that's not true. Like you are their friend and you're still their friend, but it looks differently now, right? Because they're not working with you.
Well, and the
But
reality of this situation is our relationship, especially in this circumstance, it was centered around Plexus.
mhm,
And so without that center thing, right? Like, I had friends when I was part of a kickboxing gym that I'm not really friends with anymore, because I don't go to that gym anymore. Like, it's not personal. It's just like the thing that we had in common, we don't necessarily have in common anymore. And
exactly.
that's okay.
Tracy Taylor asked in the chat, what if they just go silent? How do you ask them if they are still pursuing the business or not?
So I'm pretty blunt, Taylor. I would just ask. I would send a written message, because if they're at that point, they probably ain't going to listen to your voice. And I'd just be like, hey, Kara, I'm just looking for some clarity in how to move forward. Are you interested in me helping you build a Plexus business, or would you like me to just focus on our friendship? Like,
I like that.
clarifying questions, y'all, will change your business, because you're going to know how to help people.
So good. Anyone else have questions for Tracy before we let her go?
Thank you so much.
No.
Book
Book
suggestions.
suggestions.
I'm always reading something. We're actually reading what is it? Build to Last? Built. There's two. I bought the wrong one. I think it's Build
Oh
to
no.
Last that we're actually reading. I told Paige, I was like, I bought my book, and I was so excited, and we hopped on Zoom and I had bought the wrong one. So I will text Kara, but y'all, it is so good. It's talking about you don't need to be a high-end roller. You need to build roots, and how to do that. So that is what I'm reading right now. John Maxwell, 21 Laws of Leadership workbook, transformed my business 4 years ago. So if you haven't done that, do it.
Thank you. And Kanya
Yes.
would like to know, will you send that affirmation?
Yes.
If you send it to me, I'll get it to
Yes,
the
I will send it
threads.
to you. I say it every day. I will love
Okay.
and lead people while they are here. because that is what I'm supposed to do. I can't choose how long that is. So
Thank you so much, Traci.
okay,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, I just really enjoy every moment that we get to visit together. So just thank you very much. We'll have to have you on again for sure.
Hey, thanks. You guys have awesome leaders. Keep it up, guys.
All right. I'm going to end the recording, maybe. Stop recording.